Hello students, in previous video we have seen different methods how to find the value of x and y, that is pair of linear equation with two variables. But now let us try to see some different kind of equation, how to solve the equation with variables if the variables are in the denominator. Okay, now look at this now here. Suppose if this is the question, 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 8, this is the first equation. 4 by x minus 2 by y is equal to 2 is the second equation. So now here, what is the difference between this sum and the sums done before this? In this sum, variables are in the denominator. You can see clearly x, y are the variables, they are in the denominator. Moreover, are the equations of linear equations here now? No. We have seen linear equation means the power of variables, that is x and y, should be equal to 1. But here, what happens? The power is x to the power of minus 1, y to the power of minus 1. Okay, so this is not a linear equation. So first we have to convert this into a linear equation. So how to make this equations linear equation now here? Whenever there is denominator, what we used to do, we multiply throughout by LCM. So what we do here, LCM of x and y, x into y. But there is a problem now, x and y is not a linear term, hence we cannot multiply throughout by x and y. So how to solve? By substituting. Now what is this method now? How to solve this shortcuts now here? Look at this. But what we need to substitute, that is a challenge. So now here look at this. I can write the second equation as 4 into 1 by x minus 2 into 1 by y is equal to 2. Now look at this carefully. You can see 1 by x and 1 by y separately. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. So now the equation changes to p plus q is equal to 8. This becomes my equation, and the second equation becomes 4p minus 2q is equal to 2. Now it becomes easy. Now you can solve by any of the method, substitution method or elimination method or cross multiplication method. So first let us number the equations here now. This is equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now here, considering these two equations, which equation we have to use for the substitution, that you can decide and you can solve the other three methods. You can consider either of the two equation. It is better to find the easy equation now here. Let us consider equation number 1. So this becomes p plus q is equal to 8. So now shift either p or q to the left hand side or to the right hand side. So this becomes p is equal to 8 minus q. Okay, so now substitute the value of p in the second equation. So this method is called as substitution method. We have seen in the beginning of the classes. So we need to substitute something here. We have to substitute the value of p, okay, in equation number 2, which is not considered. So the equation changes to 4 into 8 minus q minus 2q is equal to 2. So when I solve it, it becomes 32 minus 4q minus 2q is equal to 2. So the equation becomes 32 minus 6q is equal to 2. When 32 goes to the right hand side, it becomes minus. So the equation becomes minus 6q is equal to minus 30. So q is equal to 5. So the value of q is equal to 5. Now this you have to substitute to get the value of p. Now the p will be equal to, p is equal to 8 minus q. We have just taken the third equation. So 8 minus 5 gives you 3. So p value is equal to 3. So now once you got the value of p and q, you have to substitute in the beginning. You have taken 1 by x is equal to p. So what happens here? 3 is equal to x. So x is equal to 1 by 3. Now substituting the value of q, you get q is equal to 1 by y. That means q is equal to the value of 5. So y is equal to 1 by 5. So the answer for this question is 1 by 3 comma 1 by 5. That is x value is 1 by 3 and y value is 1 by 5. Next question. 4 by x plus 3y is equal to 14. 3 by x minus 4y is equal to 23. So now are this equation linear? No, because the variable is in the denominator and the degree is minus 1. We need to first make the equation linear and then solve. So how to make it in the linear equation? By substituting. So by substituting, now what to substitute? Look at this now. you can take this equation as 4 into 1 by x plus 3y is equal to 14, and the second equation can be written as 3 into 1 by x minus 4y is equal to 23. So you can say 1 by x, I am going to take 1 by x is equal to p, and so this becomes the equation now here. 4p plus 3y is equal to 14 and 3p minus 4y is equal to 23. So consider one of the two equations. Which equation is to be considered? It is better to consider simpler of the two. So now let us consider equation number 1. Now 4p plus 3y is equal to 14. Shift one of the two variables to the left hand side so that we get the equation in the form of either x or either y is equal to something. So here I am targeting with y is equal to something. So what happens here? 4p is equal to 14 minus 3y divided by 4. The p value becomes 14 minus 3y divided by 4. So this method is called as the substitution method. So now we need to substitute the value of p in the equation. So here I will be substituting in equation number 2. So look at this now. 3p minus 4y is equal to 23. So substituting the value of p in equation number 2, I get 3 into bracket. You have to put the bracket. Unless and until you don't put the bracket, you may not get the right answer. So 14 minus 3y divided by 4 minus 4y is equal to 23. So multiplying inside the bracket, 3 into 14 gives you 42 minus 9y divided by 4 minus 4y is equal to 23. Now you have to take the LCM because 4 is in the denominator. Okay, so 4 goes and multiplies, and here is equal to 23. So now 42 minus 9y minus 16y gives you minus 25y, but here I'll multiply 23 into 4, it's get 92. So the answer is 42 minus 25y is equal to 92. Now 42 goes to the right hand side, it becomes minus 25y is equal to 92 minus 42. So here the y value becomes 50 divided by 25, minus value comes here, and the answer is minus 2. So y value you got it as minus 2. Now first we have to find the value of p, and then we have to find the value of x. So we have to substitute y is equal to minus 2 now. So either in 1, 2 or 3. So let us substitute in equation number 3. So you get p is equal to 14 minus 3 into minus 2 divided by 4. So this is 14 plus 6 divided by 4, that is 20 by 4, p is equal to 5. So you got p is equal to 5, but in the beginning of the question I have just considered p is equal to 1 by x. Okay, so p is equal to 1 by x. So now the x value will become x is equal to 1 by 5. So the answer for this question is x is equal to 1 by 5 and y is equal to minus 2. Moving ahead with the next question here. Look at this. 2 divided by root x plus 3 divided by root y is equal to 2. This is the first equation. And 4 divided by root x minus 9 divided by root y is equal to minus 1. So what is the difference between this sum and the sums done before this? In this sum, variables in the denominator are under square root. So how to solve this? By substitution method once again. But we need to substitute. Let us see. Common term, common denominator in both equations. So now you have 1 by root x is equal to p and 1 by root y is equal to q. So the equation changes to 2p plus 3q is equal to 2. And now the second equation becomes 4p minus 9q is equal to minus 1. So first let us number the equation. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. And now you have to check whether you have to the variables are same, or you can by elimination method you can do it, but cross multiplication method also you can do it. So consider one of the two equation. So you can consider either of the two. So it is better to consider the simpler form of the equation. I go with equation number 1. So consider equation number 1. 2p plus 3q is equal to 2. So here you have to take p is equal to something or q is equal to something. So let me take p is equal to something. So 2p is equal to 2 minus 3q and p is equal to 2 minus 3q divided by 2. Okay, so now let us number this equation as 3, and now we are going to substitute this value of p in equation number 2. So now what happens? I'm going to substitute in equation number 2, that is 4p minus 9q is equal to minus 1. So 4 into bracket 2 minus 3q divided by 2 minus 9q is equal to minus 1. So now you get this, you multiply, this is 4 minus 6q minus 9q is equal to minus 1. So you get the answer as 4 minus 15q is equal to minus 1. Finally, q value will be equal to minus 5 by minus 15, it becomes 1 by 3. Okay, so the q value is 1 by 3. Now, after getting the value of q, you have to find the value of p. So, p is equal to, we have to substitute the value of q in any of the equation, but I'll go with the substitution in the third equation. That makes my work little easy. So p is equal to 2 minus 3 into 1 by 3 divided by 2. Be careful when you solve this kind of simplification problems. So you get 2 minus 1 divided by 2, and p value you get 1 by 2. So you got p value and q value, but I have considered p as 1 by root x, and now this will be 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by root x. So now what happens, root x is equal to 2. Now squaring on both sides, I get x is equal to 4. Now in the same way, I have considered q is equal to 1 by root y, but I got the values of q as 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by root y. I can also write this as root y is equal to 3. Squaring on both sides, I get y is equal to 9. So the answer for this question is value of x is equal to 4 and value of y is equal to 9. Let us try to do the next question. Now a next type to solve the equation with variables and numbers in the denominator. So we have both, we have numbers also and we have variables also. So now it becomes a little more interesting. So 1 by 2x plus 1 by 3y is equal to 2. This is the first equation. And the second equation is 1 by 3x plus 1 by 2y is equal to 13 by 6. So now how to solve this equation? Now look at this here. How is this sum different from the previous sum? It has variables as well as numbers in the denominator. To get rid of the variables from the denominator, we substitute. How to get rid of the numbers from the denominator? I have to eliminate the numbers like 2, 3, okay, those numbers. It's easy by multiplying throughout by LCM. So now, first we have to find the LCM of 2 and 3. So what is the LCM of 2 and 3? LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So multiply 6 throughout the equation. So now what happens? 6 into 1 by 2x plus 6 into 1 by 3y is equal to 2 into 6. So what I cancel now? 2 ones are 2 threes are. Next to 3 ones are 3 twos are. So the equation becomes 3 by x plus 2 by y is equal to 12. Okay, this is one equation. Now the second equation. Now 1 by 3x plus 1 by 2y is equal to 13 by 6. You find the LCM of 3 and 2. Again I get 6. So multiplying 6 throughout the equation, you get 6 into 1 by 3x plus 6 into 1 by 2y is equal to 13 by 6 into 6. So now the equation becomes 2 by x plus 3 by y is equal to 13. Now we know that previously we have done some questions. Now considering the values of 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q, I can move forward. So how to make the equations linear now? Substituting. Now taking the common term or the common denominator in both equation, 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. So what happens here? The equation changes to 3p plus 2q is equal to 12, and the next equation becomes 2p plus 3q is equal to 13. So consider one of the two equation. Which equation you are going to consider? You can consider either of the two equation, but it is better to consider the simpler of the two equation. Let us consider equation number 3. So what happens here? 3p plus 2q is equal to 12. So now write the equation in the form of p is equal to something or q is equal to something. So now let me write p is equal to something. The equation becomes p is equal to 12 minus 2 divided by 3. So here this is equation number 5. Now substitute this value of p in equation number 4. So now what happens? The equation becomes 2p. You have to substitute here. The equation becomes 2 into 12 minus 2q divided by 3 plus 3q is equal to 13. So now 2 into 12 gives you 24 minus 4q divided by 3 plus 3q is equal to 13. Now 3 is the denominator. Taking the LCM, you get 24 minus 4q plus 9. Q is by 3 is equal to 13. Now 3 will again go and multiply here. That becomes 39. So 24 minus 4q plus 9q is equal to 39. Now minus 4q plus 9q is 5q. At the same time, 5q is equal to 39 minus 24, that gives me 15. So q will be equal to 15 by 5, that is equal to 3. Once you get the value of q, you have to substitute in equation number 5 to get the value of p. So when I substitute here, you get 12 minus 2q is by 3. So you get the answer as 2. So once you get the value of p, I have considered 1 by x is equal to p. So the value of x will be 2 is equal to 1 by x, or x is equal to 1 by 2. In similar way, you have to consider q value is given as 3 and I am considering it as 1 by y. So 3 is equal to 1 by y, or y is equal to 1 by 3. So the answer for this question is x is equal to 1 by 2 and y is equal to 1 by 3. So this is how you are going to solve when there are two things in the denominator, variables also and numbers also, coefficients. Okay, next. To solve equation with binomial terms in the denominator. So now let us try to find another type of question. So these are binomial types of question. Now look at this. Equation number 1 is 5 divided by x minus 1 plus 1 divided by y minus 2 is equal to 2. And the second equation is 6 divided by x minus 1 minus 3 divided by y minus 2 is equal to 1. What is the difference between this sum and the sums done before this? Binomial terms in the denominator? Yes, it's right. So how to solve this now? By substituting. But what we need to substitute? Let us see. Substituting common term or common denominator in both equation. So 1 by x minus 1 is equal to p and 1 by y minus 2 is equal to q. So now the equation becomes 5p plus q is equal to 2. And the second equation becomes 6p plus 3q is equal to 1. Now, first let us number the equation. This is equation 1 and 2. Considering one of the two equations, which equation is to be considered? It is always better to consider, the simpler equation. Let us consider equation number 1. So it becomes 5p plus q is equal to 2. Now, you have to shift one of the two variables to the left hand side so that it becomes in the form of either p is equal to something or q is equal to something. So let me take q on the left hand side and it becomes q is equal to 2 minus 5p and keep this in bracket. Now this is equation number 3. So what is the name of this method? This method is called as substitution method. So we need to substitute to something. Substitute to what? Equation number 3. But where I'm going to do it? I'm going to substitute in equation number 2. So now here 6p minus 3q is equal to 1. So what happens here? 6p minus 3 into 2 minus 5p is equal to 1. So now it becomes 6p minus 6 minus 15p is equal to 1. So now here 21p is equal to 7. So here p will be equal to 7 by 21, or the value is 3. So p value is 1 by 3. So once you got the value of p as 1 by 3, you have to substitute in equation number 3. You get the answer of q then. So you have q is equal to 2 minus 5 into 1 by 3. So the answer is 6 minus 5 by 3, that is 1 by 3. So q is equal to 1 by 3. So now you got the value of p, you got the value of q, but I have considered p as 1 by x minus 1. So here it becomes 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by x minus 1, or I can also write this is as x minus 1 is equal to 3. And now the second case you have taken, so x is equal to 3 plus 1, you got x is equal to 4. Now in the second case you have taken q is equal to 1 by y minus 2. So now here it becomes 1 by y minus 2. Cross multiplying, y minus 2 is equal to 3. Minus 2 goes to right hand side, it becomes plus 2. So y is equal to 5. So the answer for this equation is x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. So this is how you are going to solve if there is binomial term in the denominator. Okay, let us try one more example. 10 by x plus y plus 2 by x minus y is equal to 4. This is the first equation. And the second equation is 15 by x plus y minus 5 by x minus y is equal to minus 2. Now look at this. What is the difference between this sum and the sums done before this? It's a binomial terms in the denominator. So how to solve? By substituting. But what we need to substitute? Let us see. Substituting common term or common denominator in both equation, I consider 1 by x plus y is equal to p and 1 by x minus y is equal to q. So the equation changes to 10p plus 2q is equal to 4, and this becomes, okay, I can do like this also. This equation can be further simplified, but by dividing by 2, so this becomes 5p plus q is equal to 2. I can divide 2 throughout the equation. I get this equation now here, equation number 1. Now look at this. It becomes 15p minus 5q is equal to minus 2. Now this is equation number 2. So considering the two equation, which equation is to be considered? So you can consider either of the two equation. It is better to consider the simpler equation. Now let us consider equation number 1. So 5p plus q is equal to 2. So here q is equal to 2 minus 5p. Okay, 2 is equal to q minus 5p. So what happens here? Substituting the value of q in equation number 2. So now it becomes 15p minus 5. 2 minus 5p is equal to minus 2. Now 15p minus 10 plus 25p is equal to minus 2. So this becomes 40p is equal to 8, and p value is equal to 8 by 40, that is equal to 1 by 5. So once you get the value of p, you have to substitute that in equation number 3 and you get the value of q. So q is equal to 2 minus 5 into 1 by 5. 5 gets cancelled, you get q is equal to 1. Now once you get the value of p and q, you know that you have considered p as 1 by x plus y. So it becomes 1 by 5 is equal to 1 by x plus y. Now cross multiplication, x plus y is equal to 5. So this is another question here. We have to continue once more with another method. Okay, so let us take at equation number 4. Now you have considered q as 1 by x minus y and you got the value of q as 1. So this becomes 1 by x minus y is equal to 1 is equal to 1 by x minus y. Cross multiplying, you get this. Now solving equation number 4 and equation number 5. Look at this. Even after substituting, we are not getting the answer. We are getting two more equations. Solve this equation to get the answer. So now adding 4 and 5, x plus y is equal to 5, x minus 5 is equal to 1. Now look at this. The variables of x and y are same. So now there are two methods. You have to add or subtract. Subtracting means you have to change the sign, but now it is easy to add. So what happens? Plus y and minus y gets cancelled. So you have 2x is equal to 6 or x is equal to 3, and then substituting the value of x in any of the equation, you get 3 plus y is equal to 5 or y is equal to 2. So the answer for this equation is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2. So now imagine this is the equation. Solve the pair of linear equation with the, now here you have two pairs and now you have to solve it with the same method what we have done till now. Considering 1 by 3x plus y is equal to p and 1 by 3x minus y is equal to q. So the equation becomes p plus q is equal to 3 by 4. So multiplying 4 on both sides, you get 4p plus 4q is equal to 3. Now considering this equation, p by 2 minus q by 2 is equal to minus 1 by 8. Multiplying 8 on both sides, you get 4p minus 4q is equal to minus 1. Now considering equation 1 and 2, I can add. So adding 1 and 2, what you get? You can cancel 4q and minus 4q. You get 8p is equal to 2. So p is equal to 1 by 4. Substituting the value of p in equation 1. So you get 4 into 1 by 4 plus 4q is equal to 3. So 1 plus 4q is equal to 3, or you can get q value as 1 by 2. So once you get p value and q value, you have to resubstitute here you have considered it as 1 by 3x plus y. So this is 1 by 4, and this equation becomes 3x plus y is equal to 4. This is equation number 3. Now you have considered q as 1 by 3x 1 by 3x minus y is equal to 1 by 2. So you get 3x minus y is equal to 2. So now you are going to solve equation number 3 and 4 by adding. You can add directly. So plus y and minus y gets cancelled. So 6x is equal to 6, x is equal to 1. And now substituting the value of x in any of the equation, you get y value. So y value here it becomes 1. So here the answer is x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. So this is the answer. Now to solve the equation with xy terms, so here you have 7x minus 2y by xy is equal to 5 and 8x plus 7y divided by xy is equal to 15. So what is the difference in this sum and the other sum? There is xy term in the denominator. To remove the xy term from the denominator, we split the numerator and give xy term to both the parts of the numerator. So now here you have 7x by xy minus 2y by xy is equal to 5. I can split the term. 8x by xy plus 7y by xy is equal to 15. X and x gets cancelled, y and y gets cancelled. Again x and x gets cancelled, y and y gets cancelled. So the equation changes to 7 by y minus 2 by x is equal to 5 and 8 by y plus 7 by x is equal to 15. So now this equation, I consider 1 by y and 1 by x as, okay, so here I have to consider substituting the value. 1 by y is equal to p and 1 by x is equal to q. So the equation changes to 7p minus 2q is equal to 5, and the next equation changes to 8p plus 7q is equal to 15. Now let us number this equation number 1 and equation number 2. So now here you have, after solving it, we get the final answer. Now imagine you get x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. You can proceed it with any method of substitution, elimination, cross multiplication, okay, and you get the values. Fine. Now you have 6x plus 3y is equal to 6xy and 2x plus 4y is equal to 5xy. So you have to divide x and y to throughout the equation. So you get as 6x plus y, okay, you get the answer as, okay, I'll just tell you the clue here. So 6x plus 3y by xy, you are going to take it, then split the terms. You get 6 by y plus 3 by x is equal to 6. Then you get the second equation as 2 by y plus 4 by x is equal to 5. Then you have to take 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q, and then you proceed with the same steps. So now imagine, okay, so I just told you just now, okay, you have to take 1 by y is equal to p, 1 by x is equal to q, and keep solving. Okay, with that previous methods, you have to change the sign. You get the value of p and you get the value of q. I'll directly show you the answer. By this time you might be an expert in solving this kind of steps. So x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So I hope you understood this chapter. So here we have seen binomial term in the denominator, x and y term in the denominator, okay, and variables in the denominator, how to solve this. Fine. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in class. Thank you. Have a nice day.